Do we have evidence in the rest of the Scripture that those writers, we believed inspired by God, were looking at Genesis from a historical perspective?
Yes, an emphatic yes. All through the minor prophets, there are constant references back to the events of Genesis and Exodus, treating those events as historical events. You can't read the Psalms without a constant reminder of the history of redemption, which is a series of sequenced providential acts by God amongst His people in space, in time, in history. When we come forward all the way to the New Testament, not only are genealogies essential for our understanding the Gospels, both for Matthew and for Luke, but in the Gospel of John and in the Gospel of Mark, there are constant references back to Old Testament events as actual history. The Apostle Paul understood the events of the early chapters of Genesis as formative, not only for our understanding of history, but for relationships between men and women and their children, the character and nature of marriage, rightness and wrongness in moral relations, including sexuality. All of that is assumed from those early chapters of Genesis, oftentimes quoting the passages verbatim. Sometimes in the apostolic preaching, they would quote from several different translations, the Hebrew or the Septuagint, which was the Greek translation of the Old Testament, or an Aramaic vernacular translation. So they're mixing and matching and saying, all of this points to the same reality. This is history. This happened. It's been recorded. And we're to understand where we are and where we go in light of where we've been.